Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Insight, and I'm psychic medium Lisa Bousson, and I have a passion for sharing encouragement, enlightenment, and knowledge, and wonderful learned guests with you. So today's show is all about the Tarot BFF V. So she has this wonderful website. It's Red Light Readings, and I went on there. Well, we met through a mutual friend of all places in Michigan. I never meet anybody in Michigan. So I was so totally excited to meet this lady. So, and I know you're going to love her just as much as I do because she's really got a great personality. V calls herself an intuitive mistress behind the Red Light Readings, pouring straight shot, no chaser, clarity, as in T-A, to my BFF clients and for those who need a little bit of empowerment, enlightenment, confirmations, and or directions. She helps you take action in those matters for your life. Her approach to tarot reading is a little bit different. She likens it to a conversation with a friend instead of just by rote reading the cards, which is lovely. And that's how, my little chicklets, we know that this babe is good, okay? Because she uses not only her intuition, well, that's the big thing, because anybody can memorize the cards. But when there's triggers and you use the cards intuitively, that, to me, that takes the ball game much higher. So she seeks to connect to a level of comfort and builds a rapport of trust infused with humor, wit, and tough love. I love it. So the space you guys inhabit together, either physically or virtually, there's no rules and there's no judgment. You also have permission to tell V what you need, but she's going to tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. Oh. And you know what? That's one of my pet peeves. Because we both serve spirit. Yes. And we serve you. But if we tell you exactly what you want to hear, that doesn't serve you at all. Okay? So we have to follow our gut, follow our intuition, and follow the tools that we may or may not be using. So, on that note, we all love the warm and fuzzy. But sometimes that doesn't come with a point blank or practical solution. So if you find yourself at a crossroads or need a little guidance, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck, frustrated, or mad. Get red. And without further ado, welcome V to the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I just, like I said, I am thrilled to have you on because I just get so excited when I meet people that, like, I never met you before. But our mutual friend, George Corey, which
yes.
If you guys have been watching the show for a while, you've seen George on before a few times.
Love
and
Georgie.
And even on my, I think he was on the old Blog Talk radio show that I had. So this is how we met. When George came into Michigan for the 3 Mediums event that I do.
Yes.
I met V because she knows George through the Reader School. Is that true?
Through the Reader Studio, yes. And that's
Reader
how I met
Studio.
him.
Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. So I'm excited that you saw that you guys hooked up and that we were able to talk and meet. That's great. That is great.
Definitely. And I had seen you in publications and I was like, oh, I know this name and she's in Michigan and I have to reach out. And time just never allowed for that to happen. So ta-da!
Yeah.
Good old George.
Things fall into place, don't they? Yeah. So let's begin. How I'm sure that you were born intuitive. I'm sure you were.
Yes.
So how did you actually get started in this?
Started by being a mystically curious kid, knowing things that I wasn't supposed to know, saying things that I wasn't supposed to say, not knowing that I wasn't supposed to. It just came to me, And, over time I was fascinated by synchronicities and I was fascinated by the things that I couldn't see, but that I could feel. And that's kind of difficult to explain to people that don't get it. You know, it's like
Right.
you don't know why you feel something or why you know something, but you kind of trust your gut and go with it. And so, yeah, so I grew up reading about transcendental meditation, and I went to Catholic school of all places, and, and we had a field day, and the nuns and everything, but we're going to be on the field on the track all day, bring board games, bring fun things to play. I brought my Ouija board. It was my board game. Did not go over so well with the nuns at the school. And then from there, it was, I bought a pack of tarot cards. It started really in college. You know, I went to school in New Orleans, Xavier University. And if you've ever been to New Orleans, or if anybody's ever been, there is a definite energy in New Orleans, especially for beautiful weirdos like myself and you. And you can't deny it. So buying a pack of tarot cards and being interested in the things that I felt but didn't expressly know, started to read up about it. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll start playing with these, taught myself and putting things out there and reading for girls in the dorm, reading for girls that my suite mates. And they were coming back and saying, yeah, you know, what you told me was pretty spot on. And I'm like,
wow.
Nah, you know, because I'm the biggest skeptic, you know.
I hear you.
But there is definite link on my father's side to spirituality. And from the stories that I've heard, my great-grandmother was a reader of sorts, and people would drive from all over to come and visit her for information and guidance and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So piecing those things together and kind of coming into my own, it kind of branched from there in the card reading world for me.
I love it. You know, my story's pretty much the same thing. You know, you play with a child, you're born with it. You play with it as a child, you put it down. You try to build the normal career, right?
Exactly.
And then this kind of insinuates itself. So are you working full time now as a reader?
No, I am not. I'm working. I have so many jobs, you know. I'm actually on my lunch break at work. I am actually a speech therapist by trade, 9 to 5.
Wow.
I'm a speech and language pathologist. Yes, I work with autism and developmentally delayed.
Oh my God,
delayed, and I love it. Love this population.
That is awesome.
But I work at the Boston Tea Room in Ferndale with Heather Lee Navarre. And I've been there for, I think, about 5 or 6 years, and I work there every other Friday and Sunday. And then I have my own business, Red Light Readings, that I do shuffle in throughout the week and on the weekends. So I'm constantly moving.
So, oh my gosh, that's craziness. That's craziness. Yes. I've been to the Boston Tea Room, and I did a gallery there twice. I did little, just like small things, like maybe 15 people or something, because they didn't have a lot of room.
Right.
Yeah. So it was a neat thing. It was a neat, cool place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very good. So this is inherited.
That's one of my
Yes, I love that.
Although I believe that everyone is intuitive and everybody has the ability. Some of it may be stronger, and if you have an interest in it and you develop it, that's where the reward comes.
Right. You know, it's funny because that you say that, because I just heard that same type of rationale in a conversation. It was very random, and it reminded me of an old, I don't know if it was Pinterest or Facebook post that I saw with a picture, and all in the picture was 2 ballerina slippers, you know, like with the feet in them, right? One ballerina slipper was absolutely gorgeous, just beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
And the other one had the shoe off, and the toes were all mangled and bloody. And
yes,
right? Yeah. So it's all about, we all have it, as you say, but we still have to do the work. We still have to put in the work to perfect it. And what looks very natural and very easy to the outside world, because we don't show them the nasty toes.
And we don't show the sacrifice that goes with living in this world either. It does not come without, you know, growing pains. It doesn't come without sometimes devastation, destruction, you know, but that's the sacrifice in it. You know, so much of my life has changed since I've adopted this part of my world into my everyday life. But I
Very
wouldn't change
cool.
anything for the
Very
world.
cool. So I'm excited
Very
that,
good.
that you saw
So
that,
everybody,
that
just
guys
so you
hooked up,
know,
and
if you're in the webinar room, if you'd like B to do a mini reading for you, or at least a possibility, you do need to raise your hand. All right, because if your hand is not raised, forget it. And then you also please make sure that your audio and video is on, because this is a webinar. If we can't get you, I'm going to have to bump you out, just so you know. Not being nasty, just being real. Okay, so anyways, so getting back, so you started doing this in college, just playing around with it. And so I totally understand what you say, that you're a skeptic, because I was too. But now I call myself an open-minded skeptic.
There you go. Definitely.
But I totally get it, because I want proof that what I'm getting is real or is concrete. Now, explain to us, please, with tarot.
And that's kind of difficult.
Very often, not all the time, but very often, you're foretelling probabilities and possibilities, right? So your validation would have to come later in the reading. Is that correct? Or later after the reading, I mean.
Exactly. And what I found over this time, and it took me, quite a while, and most new readers, of getting out there in the reading world, is trusting yourself is the validation. You can get it later on down the line, but it's that thing in your gut, or it's what you're saying, it's what's coming through you that has nothing to do with you. That is the validation. It's just, you have to trust yourself. You know?
And when you're beginning, it's hard.
Oh, boy.
Right? Because we want to be right. We want to be right, whether we want to be right for our ego, or we want to be right because we don't want to mess up, or we want to be right for the client or whatever. Yeah, so I totally get it. Boy, do I get it.
And I'm such a double whammy. If you're into astrology at all, I'm a Taurus, I'm a Virgo rising, and a Capricorn moon. So everything about me is tangible. I need to feel it. I need to see it, taste it. I need to know it's right there. And Virgo says it has to be right. It has to be accurate. It has to be perfect.
That's funny, because oh yeah, I do know. So I do have to say that, I failed astrology twice. And it's too much to memorize. Oh my God. It's much easier just talking to dead people.
I hear you.
All you gotta do is just talk, right? But yeah, so I also use tarot, but well, I use them very intuitively. The people and the situations in the cards talk to me, like clairaudiently or claircognizantly.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm sure you get it.
So I love that. Yes.
So
definitely.
are you up for a question?
Coming into
Or a reader? A reading?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So what's going to happen, everyone? I'm going to promote you to panelists. It might take you just a few minutes. I will announce your name first. So fix your hair and sit your butt back down on that chair, because you're coming on. The first person I'm promoting to panel is actually the first person who has her hand up. Her name is Michelle.
And then this kind of
Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
So are you
Turn your camera down just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to find an area that's not.
No, you're good. Right there.
Here.
Right there. You're good, Michelle.
There we go.
Very good. So thanks for coming on. Do you have a question?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering. I'm a tax accountant and really getting tired of it at my age, and wondering if I should consider retirement, consider a new field. I'm just
And I've been there
at a crossroads, I guess, as far as career.
Okay. And then I have my own let's see readings that I do shuffling throughout the week and on the weekends. So I'm constantly moving.
So, oh my gosh, that's craziness. That's craziness. Yes. I've been to the
All
Bousson
right.
tea
So
room, and
what I have here
I did a
is
gallery there
the strength
twice. I did
card,
little, just like small things,
the
like
sun
maybe
card,
15 people or something.
and the
They
Three
didn't
of
have
Cups.
a room.
Right. So with
so
my
it
sun
was
card
pretty-
sitting
it
in
was
the
a neat
center,
thing.
this is
It was a
telling me
neat,
that
cool
you're
place.
definitely in the space of awakening. The sense
Very
of
good. So
finding success
this
in what
is
you've done thus far,
inherited.
and saying,
Yes.
can I get past this? Is there more for me to do in this field? Strength is over here and saying, but we want to make sure that we're taken care of. We want to make sure that we are provided for. We don't want to just jump ship and not have anything behind us, But it's at the same time, these two are kind of battling one another. It's like, we want some sense of freedom. We've gotten to where we want to get to. What are we holding on to? The Three of Cups here talks about celebration in some way, finding your tribe, kind of doing what you want to do at this point in time. So if you are secure if you're feeling good, if you feel like there are no more hurdles for you to jump, no more ceilings for you to crash through, it might be time for a little, getting up with your tribe, getting up, just having fun with your friends. And if retirement is an option and you're able, I'd say go for it.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And the other one had the
Thank you.
off and the
You are
teeth
so
all
welcome.
mangled and
that a
bloody
couple weeks ago,
and-
didn't we, Michelle?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's all about, we all
I'd like to do it right now before January 1st.
You still have to do you still have to put in
Well,
the work.
thanks for coming on, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Very
Thanks.
natural
Bye-bye.
and very
Bye-bye.
easy to
You're very
to
welcome.
Because
So
we
that
don't
was
show
great.
them the nasty
Very simple,
toes.
but
And we don't
really
show the
profound and
sacrifice
made
that
sense.
goes
So I
with
love
the
it.
point.
Absolutely
In
love
this
it.
world,
That's the
the part of my it does reading not is just come straight without, to the point.
Mhm.
Growing pains.
So
It
why do
doesn't
you
come
call
without
yourself a tarot
sometimes devastation,
BFF?
destruction. The tarot
but that's the
BFF,
sacrifice
in it. It kind of
so much of
started
my life
when,
has changed
as all readers do,
since
you're
I
looking for the thing that
adopted
sets
this
you
part of
apart.
my world into
Because
my
just like
everyday life,
toilet paper, paper
but
towel,
I
there are
wouldn't change anything for the
thousands
world.
of
Oh, yes.
brands,
Very good.
But
So
what is it
everybody,
about?
just so
What
you
was it
know,
about
if you're
me
in
that
the
set me apart
webinar
from other
room,
readers?
if you'd
And
like
people have
me
always told me,
do
"Oh
a
my
mini
gosh, you're so
reading
easy
for
to
you, or at
talk
least
to.
the
Oh my gosh, you
possibility,
just have good
you
advice.
need to
Like you're,
raise your hand.
and you make
All right?
friends
Because if your hand
easily."
is not
And I'm
raised,
like,
forget it.
BFF.
And then
And
you
yes,
also
and so
please
the
make sure
way
that
that I
your
give
audio
readings and
and
the way
video
that I
is on,
talk to
because
my
this is a
my
webinar.
BFF,
If we can't
it's
get
like
you,
us sitting
I'm
down
going
and
to have
having
to
wine
bump
or
you
having
out.
a drink
Just
and
so
just
you
kind
know.
of
Not
talking
being
about the day.
nasty,
I'm just looking at
just being
cards to
real.
kind of
Okay.
guide the conversation, but it's
Anyways,
really down
so
to earth.
getting
It's really
back,
like, let's just kick back and have a
so
good
you
time,
started
you
doing
know?
this
And so that's
in
kind of where
college, just
the
playing
tarot
around with it.
BFF
And
came from.
so I
There's
totally
no,
understand what you
there's
say, that
woo-woo
you're a
in
skeptic,
there,
because
but it
I was
doesn't,
too.
when
But
people
now I
can
call
relate
myself an
and really
open-minded
connect with
skeptic.
someone
There
and
you
there's
go.
no judgment,
But
they're more willing
I
to
totally
talk to
get
you.
it,
They're
because
more
I
willing to,
want proof that
give
what
you
I'm
the information
getting
that's necessary for you to give them,
is
good advice
real
going
or
forward.
is
I
concrete.
love it.
Now,
So-
explain to us, please, with tarot,
You try to
Mhm.
make it very personal,
very often,
and
not all the time,
very
but very
relaxed
often,
and
you're
comforting,
foretelling
just like talking to your
probabilities and
girlfriends,
possibilities,
Definitely.
right? So your
or boyfriends or
validation
whatever,
would
mind
have
you.
to come later
Now,
in the
how
reading.
did the
Is
red
that
light
correct? Or later
readings come
after the reading, I
about?
mean.
Exactly.
And
So when I
what
started to kind
found
of
over this
come
time,
out of the
it took me,
closet, of
quite a
reading,
while, and most new readers,
I started
of
on
getting
Facebook
out there in the reading world
and,
and
letting people
trusting
know that I was
yourself
starting to read
is
cards,
the
and if they were
validation.
interested, send a
You can
message
get
to my
it later on
inbox.
down the line,
And
but
so
it's
then
that
over
thing
time,
in
it
your
just was
gut, or
like,
it's what you're saying, it's
the
what's
red light
coming
is
through
on.
you.
So when
That
people
has
knew that the
nothing to
red
do
light was
with
on,
you.
they knew to send a question.
That is the validation.
And then after a
It's
while,
just,
I'd
you
just
have
say
to
red
trust
light.
yourself.
And then questions would flood in.
And when you're
So then as I
beginning,
was
it's
looking for a
hard.
name, I was like, well, why
Right?
change
Because we
it?
want
It
to be
sounds
right.
good, And that's how
Right,
Red
whether
Light
it's
Readings
Be
was
right
born.
for our ego, or
I
we
love
want to
that.
be right because we
Isn't that
don't want to
funny?
mess
So
up.
obvious to
We want
me,
to
that's
be right
obvious
for the
that you were
client or
divinely
whatever.
guided.
Yeah, so
Right?
I
Yes.
totally get it.
And it's
I'm looking forward
interesting
to it.
because
And I'm such a double
I
whammy.
used
If
to
you're
do
into
something
astrology
called a
at
red
all,
light
I'm a
seance.
Taurus, I'm a Virgo rising,
Yes.
and a Capricorn.
So we would
Nice.
take
So
this
everything about
red
me is
light,
tangible.
and
I need to feel
the
it.
room
I
would
need
be
to see
completely
it,
black.
taste it. I need to know
We
it's
take the
here.
red light, and
Virgo
each
says, it has to
sitter
be
would
right. It has to be
hold the
accurate.
red
It has
light
to be
like down
perfect.
below, like underneath their
That's
belly,
funny,
so it was
because
kind of
oh
like
yeah,
the
I
light
do
was shining
that.
up your face.
So I do have to say
And
that I failed
transfiguration would
astrology
happen.
twice.
Oh my gosh, it was so
And
cool.
it just
Wow.
it's
It was
too much
so
to
cool.
memorize.
Yes.
Oh my
That is
god,
awesome.
It's
Beards
much
on
easier to
women's
talk to dead
faces and
people.
this long hair with their short
All you
hair.
gotta do
It
is
was
just
really
talk,
weird stuff.
But
Yeah, so I had to
also
ask
use
that
tarot,
question.
but
Oh, that is
awesome.
well,
Yes,
I use it
awesome.
very intuitively.
but it,
But
The
but good.
people and the
Like I said,
situations in the
it could
cards
be really
talk to me.
good.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
And even
Sometimes
clairaudience,
freaky is good.
Or claircognizant.
I love that.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah,
better
so I'm
when
sure you get it.
my
Yeah.
married my
So,
maiden
are
name was
you up
Brown,
for
so
a
there was a
question?
color. But when I
Sure.
got married,
A
my name
reader?
became
reading?
Readus,
All right.
READS.
So what's going to happen,
Okay.
And
everyone? I'm
8
going to
years in,
promote
it
you
didn't
to
even
panelists.
dawn
It
on
might
me
take you
that
just a few
Read
minutes. I will
Us
announce your name
was
first.
my last name.
So
So
fix
there was
your hair
Get the
and
heck out of here.
get back down on that chair because you're coming on. The
I
first
love
person
that.
promoted to panel is actually the first
And
person
so,
who has her hand up.
unfortunately,
Her name is
a
Michelle.
divorce
Please make
happened.
that
Hi,
happen.
Michelle.
Yeah,
Hello.
unfortunately, a divorce happened.
Turn your camera
And the
down
judge
just a
Jax, do
little
you want to
bit.
change your name?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
trying to
no,
find
no.
an area
I wanna
that's
keep
not,
reading.
No, you go right
right.
there. Oh my gosh, that is
There
so
we go.
neat.
Very
That is
good.
so neat.
So
thanks for coming
So,
on. Do you have a question?
you.
Now,
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just
so
kind
that's
of
a really
wondering,
cool thing. So is tarot,
I'm
we
a
talked about
tax
different
accountant and really
divination, like
getting
using
tired of it
different,
at my
is
age,
that your
and
only tool
wondering
that you
if
use?
I should
Oh, no, no, no.
consider
I love,
retirement,
once again, I
consider
am
a
very
new
tangible, so I
field.
like to play.
I'm just
So I use tarot.
at a
I
crossroads, I
use,
guess, as far
got
as where.
charms. Okay. Charm casting.
all right, let's see.
Carrie
Michelle.
Parents got me into charm casting, and it's kind of like throwing bones, but they're all a bag of.
We're going to have to get you on again.
All right,
That is so cool. I've never heard of that.
I have different charms that mean different things, and I have a card cloth that I throw everything on that looks so like with my sun card sitting in the center board in some ways. You're definitely in the space of
This is my little,
the sense
Get
of
the heck
finding
out of Dodge.
and what
Look at
yes.
this.
thus far.
So this is my little
saying,
cloth.
And so you just can I get past this? Is there more
shake the
for
charms,
me to do in
throw
this
them
field?
across, and you
You know,
read
but
where
strength
they
is
fall.
over
So
here and saying,
cool.
You know, but we
yes,
gotta make sure
so
that we're
I
taken
love
care of. We want to
charming.
make sure
I
that
call
we are
charming.
provided for. We don't
And
want to
also I
just
read
jump ship and
Lenormand.
not have anything behind
Oracle, yes,
you
I
know,
don't talk too much about
but
Oracle.
it's at the
It's
same
my
time
kind of
these two are
Oracle.
kind
But
of battling
Lenormand,
one another. It's like,
yes, it is my.
We've gotten to where we want
I
to
call
get
it Tarot's
to.
dirty little
What are we
sister
holding on to?
because it's very
The Three of
direct.
Cups here talks about celebration.
She's like
in
Lizzo
some
from
way.
Greece,
Finding
just
your
very
drive,
direct, kind of doing what you want to
and I
do
got this
at
great
this point in
set of
time.
Lenormand
So if you
tiles
are
from
secure,
an artist
if you're
named
feeling
James
good,
Sawyer,
you feel like there are no
and
more
it's just
hurdles for
a
you to
deck of
jump,
36,
no more ceilings for you
and
to
there's
crash
one
through. It
picture
might be time for
per
a little,
tile or per card,
getting up with your
and
tribe,
each picture
just
means
having fun with
a
your friends.
handful of things
If
based
retirement is an
on
option and
what
you're
the
able,
context of the
I'd say go
reading
for it.
is.
Mhm.
So I like to use all of
I
these
love it.
things in my
Thank
readings
you.
I love it.
to
Yeah,
play
so
with my
we
clients
talked
as
about
well.
that a couple
So
weeks ago,
we have a
didn't we,
good time.
Michelle? I would
Yes.
love to learn about the charms. That is so much
I'd like to do it right now before
Oh,
January
and
1st.
that's why I'm
And
in
probably
for me
20
too.
years ago, I
Well,
was
thanks
doing
for
a
coming
reading
on,
for a
Michelle.
lady,
Thank you.
and
Thank
I
you,
saw her in a
Michelle.
past
Thanks.
life
Bye-bye.
throwing
Bye-bye.
stones.
You're very
Okay.
welcome.
Mhm.
So that
And,
was
and there was
great.
like a
Very
diagram
simple,
in the
but
sand that
really
she had drawn
profound
in
and
the
made
sand, and
sense.
she
So I
had
To the
love
she was
point.
it.
throwing
Love it.
stones, and it
That's the
reminds
dope
me
part
of
of my
that.
readings, just
Yes.
straight to the
Yeah,
point.
Yes.
that's
It's
interesting.
Mhm.
charming is.
So why do you call yourself a
it's
tarot BFF?
different
The tarot
in a lot
BFF,
of ways?
because the charms they
It
bring
kind of
up
started when,
just
as all
different
readers do, you're
emotions or
looking for
different
the
parts of
thing
your
that
life
sets
that
you apart.
the tarot doesn't touch.
Because
Charms are more
just like
personal, I
toilet
feel.
paper,
Right.
So when a
paper
client
towel,
grabs
there
them
are
and shakes them, they're like,
thousands of
their teddy bear.
brands.
Oh my gosh, when I was younger, I had this
what
teddy
about
bear,
what
and
is it about
it meant
me
this, and it
that
just set me
goes
apart from
with the
other
reading?
readers. So
I
that
love
also
it.
People have
fosters
always told me,
conversation.
"Oh my gosh, you're so
Conversation.
easy to talk
That
to.
is, it's
Oh my
unique
gosh, you
and
just
it's
have good
awesome. I
advice.
love
You know,
that.
like you're
Mhm.
and you
So
make
let's
friends
take
easily."
another
I'm like,
reading. Is that okay?
Okay, definitely.
All right.
BFF.
I'm going to promote Tabitha to
And so the way
panelist.
that I give readings,
Okay.
and the
Tabitha,
way
you're
that I
going to
talk
come
to my,
on, and
about
as
my
soon as you
BFF,
do, I will make
it's
sure
like
that
us
you're
sitting down, having
unmuted when
wine
you
or having a
come.
drink, and just kind of
So
talking
hopefully
about the day. I'm just
your
looking at
your
cards to
video
kind
is
of guide the
on. I
conversation.
see you coming in. There
But
you
it's
are,
really
Tabitha. Hi
down to
there.
earth. It's really like, let's just kick back
Hi.
and
Do you
have
have
a
a
good
question
time,
for V?
you know? And so that's kind of where the tarot BFF came from.
Do you have a question for V?
There's woo
I'm
in
wondering
there.
if my daughter will ever
When
find
people know
some
they can
peace.
relate and really connect with someone,
Okay.
and there's no
Let's
judgment,
see.
they're more willing to talk to you. They're more willing to, give you the information that's necessary for you to give them, good advice going forward.
I love it. So you try to make it very personal and
Yes,
very relaxed and comforting, just like you're
definitely.
talking to your
Alrighty.
girlfriends.
So what
right?
I have here is
Definitely.
the Fool.
Or boyfriends or
I
whatever.
have the
mind you.
Hierophant.
Yes.
How did the
And I
red light
have the
readings
Two
come
of
about?
Swords. So with the Hierophant
when I
card,
started
it's
to
the
kind
focus.
of
This is making me
come
think
out of the
that
closet
in
of
some
reading,
way,
I started
what
on Facebook.
she is going through or what's going on
letting people
is a
know that I was
learning
starting to
lesson.
read cards, and if they were
It's
interested,
there's
some
some
send a
information
message
that's
to my
coming to her that she's
inbox.
having to
And so then
learn
over time, it
from.
just was like,
And finding that
the
sense
red
of
light is on.
peace is going
So
to
people knew
cause
that
for
the red
her
light
to
was
kind of
on. They knew to send
overhaul
a
a lot of
question,
things
and then after a while,
over
I'd just say
in
red
some
light.
way. But
And
she has
then
to make the
questions would
decision
flood
to
in.
do that.
So then as I was looking for a name,
It kind
I
of
was like,
comes
well,
down
why change
to
anything? It sounds good,
decision making,
And
I
that's
guess you
how
can
red
say.
light readings was born.
And
We all
I
say we
love
want to
that.
find the peace, or we all
Funny,
want to
so
have,
obvious to
that
me. That's
thing.
obvious that you were
but
divinely guided.
internally, it's a
right?
very strong
Yes.
decision
And
of,
it's
are we going to
interesting
follow what's being,
because
that we're being led to, the
I
lessons that
used
are
to
coming
do
down. Are we
something called a
paying
red
attention?
light seance.
and are we willing to start over?
Yes.
But it all comes
So
down
we would
to
take this red
making that
light,
decision to do so.
and the room would be completely black.
So I
You
hope that
take the red
resonates
light,
with
and
you.
each sitter would hold the
see.
red light like down below, like
Hopefully.
underneath their belly,
Well,
so it was kind of
we'll say some prayers
like the
and
light
like
was
Definitely.
shining. Turns out for her, honey. And transfiguration would happen.
Thanks for tuning
oh my
in.
gosh, it was so
Wow.
good. So
Wow,
you were
wow.
playing around.
Yes,
you had
that
these
is
cool
awesome.
little
Beards on
Lenormand
women's
cards and your
faces and
charms
this long
and the
hair with her
tarot.
hair.
What are
Really
you? Do you
weird,
use
weird
multiple
stuff.
decks,
Yeah, so
or
I
do you had to flip flop back around.
Oh, that is awesome. My working deck at this moment is
but
it's called the illest tarot. It can be really good. And
and even sometimes freaky is good.
Because it's diverse. And even better, a lot of diverse decks are out there. But they're getting there. We're getting there. So there was a color. But they're also, when I got married, my name became Rita. There are a lot of artists. There's the and Lauren Hill. 8 years in, and then Sade. It didn't dawn on me that Read was my last name. So there was
Get the heck out of here.
It's not letting them some more set. I think it's sometimes more that.
I love that.
But and my clients love it because they're like, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. I'm interested in that, you know.
happened.
And the judge asked me, you want to change your name?
Oh,
From
no,
the craft.
no.
Like, I want to keep reading
Right.
as the tower.
Oh my gosh, that is so neat. That is
so
so
this is
neat.
my working deck. This is the one that I use the most.
Now,
but I love the Moonchild
so that's
Tarot.
a really cool thing.
By Danielle
So is
Noel.
tarot, we talked about different divination, like using different, is that your only tool that you use?
A lot. It depends on my mood. Once again, also very about what deck I want to use. So on my Instagram, every morning I post a 3-card reading, and I try to use a different deck every day.
What a great idea!
Charm casting, you know, and just to highlight the different decks that I love and what I use. And it's kind of like throwing bones, but they're this all, one here right now is my favorite. A bag of
We're gonna have to get you on again.
In my purse.
That is so cool. I've never heard of that.
I have different
That's
charms.
funny. I love that. So is it a tiny deck, or do you have this monster purse?
Oh no, that looks kind of like a backpack, but it's a Ouija board in some way.
Oh,
and because I'm classy and I like this is my little. I carry all of my
Get the
decks
heck
in
out of Dodge!
Look at yes. So this is my little car.
I love it.
And so you just.
I love it. Oh my God, that is too funny.
Yes, throw them across, and you
funny.
read
Oh my God,
so my charms
cool.
right now are in a black crown royal bag. So I call it charming.
Oh my God.
And also I read Lenormand.
Girl, you are too funny. I love it. I just love it.
But Lenormand,
you know,
yes,
you know what I really love about you?
I call her Tarot's dirty little sister.
Is
because it's very direct.
Seriously, but you don't take yourself seriously.
She's like Lizzo from Greece. You know, just very direct.
Tells me that there's no ego.
And I got this great set of Lenormand tiles. I've been learning from an artist named Jamie Sawyer. And it's just a deck of 36, and there's one picture those 30 per tile per forefront, and each picture means that's a handful of things based on what the context of the reading is.
So I totally agree. I totally agree. You know, it's funny because you say to play, and as well. So whenever I have beginning students coming in, I always say, you know, the more you can play with it, actually, the more accurate you're going to be. 20 years ago, because you keep your ego out of it when you play, and I saw it just automatically happens that way. Throwing stones. You know, if and there's no like a diagram, and I can do and say what I want to do and say because I'm playing. She was throwing more times than not. It reminds me of that, you know. So I just love that. I love that. Now I used to carry cards with me as well, but now I just my business right now is more just straight mediumship. You're talking to loved ones,
different emotions or different parts of your life that tarot doesn't touch. Charms are more personal. I feel right. When a client grabs them and shakes them, they're like, teddy bear.
I understand.
Oh my gosh, when I was younger, I had this teddy bear, and it was
there's a lot to learn.
It just goes,
you know, if you're going to learn the traditional meaning of the tarot cards, it's unique and it's awesome. I love that. You know, so let's take another reading. Is that okay? Like myself, because I read it mostly intuitively. I don't bother with the upside down cards. You're going to come on, and as soon as you do, I will make sure that you're unmuted.
Every now and again. Some decks
so
I have
that your audio, your video is on. Coming in. There you are, Tabitha. Hi there.
Tabitha. But
hi. Do you have a question for V?
Me are usually about things that are happening internally.
Do you have a question for V
versus externally?
So I'm wondering if my daughter will ever find some peace.
Right. So when I see it, it's just like, oh, there's some things that internally you need to work out before they can turn themselves right side up.
Mine is like they give you an opportunity to correct your course.
I like that.
You know, like a course correct. Like
we
need to, just like you though, we need to step back and look at this within ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Very much so. All right.
So, because whenever anybody sees this upside down card, they're going,
yeah. And I have the Two of Swords.
They all freak out.
So here the card is the focus. This is making me think
what would you tell a newbie reader? What would you tell the beginning reader?
What she's going through or what's going on is a learning lesson. It's get 3 books and information that's coming to her that she's having to learn. Look and get all you can. Finding that sense of peace is going to cause for her to kind of overhaul a lot of the books aside, start over and then look at in some way. But she has to make you kind of programmed yourself with, you know, it kind of comes down to you've studied decision making, I guess you can say. Now play. It's kind of like learn all the rules to we all want to have, you know, that thing. You know, but internally it's a very strong decision of are we going to follow yourself? That we're being led to the lessons that are coming down. Are we paying attention?
Lay out 3 cards and then lay out 5 cards.
But it all comes down
and tell myself a story
making
about
that decision to do so. Yes,
you know, like,
okay,
it is
definitely.
a story
So
instead of,
I
you
hope
know.
that resonates with you.
So that helped me, but
We'll
what
see.
you're saying, that would have been a good
Hopefully.
idea, because I
Well,
just
we'll
use,
say
like,
some
stuff that I
prayers
found
and
online,
Definitely.
honestly,
turns
you
out
know,
for her, honey.
I
Thank
guess
you.
cheat sheets.
Take care.
I
Thanks
guess
for
you
tuning in.
know?
Yes.
Yeah, so pretty much the same thing. So
You were
that's really a
playing
good
around. You
idea.
had these
And then
cool little
then,
Lenormand
by
cards
that
and
time,
the
you're pretty much
charms and
aware of
the
what the cards mean. At
What
least
are you?
Exactly.
Do you use
bit.
multiple decks, or
Yes.
do you kind of
And
flip
use your own
flop back
intuition
around?
to follow through. I love
My
that.
working deck
And
at
part
this
of how I
moment
read as
is
well is
it's
being a
called the
BFF.
Illust
I use
Tarot.
a lot of metaphors.
And
So
it's by
because I've been
Christopher
reading for so
Kopiak,
long,
and I
it's
love
like
it because it, number one,
a metaphor
it's
in
diverse.
some way
You
for
know,
each
not a
of
lot
the
of diverse
cards.
like
Like,
decks
for example,
are out
the
there,
Two of
but they're
Swords,
getting
for me,
there.
this
We're
is
getting there.
always
But they're also
pretend like
90s based. So there are a lot of 90s artists.
you're
There's
telling me
Lauryn Hill,
my story,
and then
or
Sade,
vice versa. But to take
and
yourself out of it, be objective in making a decision. If I was sitting here telling you
Alanis
that
Morissette.
this guy was
I think
treating
it's
you like
Alanis
crap,
Morissette.
and you're trying to figure out if you should
And
leave,
my
how would you
clients
answer
love it
that?
because they're like,
So it's like
oh,
pulling
I know
yourself
who
out
that
of
is.
it.
I know
And
who that is.
like,
I'm interested in that, you know.
well, okay, I
And
get
of
it
course, we
now.
all have
You
Nancy
know?
from the
Right.
craft.
So
Well,
make a label.
Right.
As
Isn't
the
it
Tower, no
also
less.
that
So this
if
is my
you're
working deck.
pulling
This is the one that
cards
I
for
use the most.
ourselves,
But I love the Moonchild
isn't it
Tarot
more like, not
by
always,
Danielle
but isn't it
Noel.
more
She
likely
also
that
has
our
the
emotions
Starchild
will
Tarot.
color the cards, of course, and our interpretation?
A lot. It
Very
depends
true.
on my
Yes,
mood. Definitely.
Also,
Yeah.
I've
About
had
what
so
deck
many
I
people
want to
sit
use.
across from me
On
and
my
be like,
Instagram, every
okay,
morning
this is
I
clearly
post
my
a
life.
3-card
Like, you've
reading,
been brought
and I
to
try to use
sit
a different
in
deck
front of me
every
for a
great
reason.
idea.
There's something that I'm
you
missing.
know, and just to
Yeah.
highlight the different decks that I love and
And
want to
as you
use.
said, you know, it's
But this one here right
it
now is my
relates, you know,
favorite.
so if you pull
The Raven's
yourself
Prophecy is
back,
actually the one that's in my purse.
then maybe you can look at things more
I
clearly.
always have a deck
you
on
know?
hand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's funny.
So
I
let's
love that.
promote
So is it a tiny
Roberta
deck, or
to
do you have this
panelist.
monster purse?
Okay. Oh no, it's I have a little backpack, but it's a normal sized deck. And
Okay.
because I'm classy
Hi,
and I like
Roberta.
whiskey,
Hi,
I carry
how
all
are
of my
ya?
decks in
Good. How are
Colorado
you?
bags.
I'm doing
Oh
good.
my
I'm going to
God.
apologize. My grandson's in the background.
I
so
love
hear him
it.
yelling.
I love it. Oh my God, that is too funny.
I love kids.
It is
Yes.
too
Awesome.
funny. Oh my
I have to
gosh.
say,
My
as
charms
soon
right now
as I
are in a Black
tuned
Crown
in,
Royal bag.
boy,
So
I feel this energy.
Oh
You just
my
have
God.
an incredible
Girl,
energy.
you
I
are
was
too
buzzing.
funny. I'm
It's
telling you.
oh,
I
thank
love
you
it.
so
I just love
much.
it.
Thank you.
You know,
Yep.
you know what I really
You know
love
I
about
love
you
you.
too? It's so
What?
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
you take
So
your
do you have
work
a question
seriously,
for
but you don't
V?
take yourself
Yeah, I
seriously.
do. My question is that, I've
Yeah,
been
It
on this
tells me
career
that there's
path,
no
and then
ego.
about 16 months ago,
I've
I hit
learned.
a
I've been learning. That's
issue
been
that
my
made me
lesson.
quit working. So I've
Is
been stuck.
this life
And
is all about
I'm
passion,
teetering
play, and
between being
service.
okay
And if you
with
keep
being
those three
stuck and just
things
trying to
at the
find my place
forefront,
here and feeling
I
like I
mean,
need to
that's
be
it.
doing something
Amen.
else.
That's
So
all. That's
I'm
all.
hoping you can provide some
Mhm.
So
guidance
yeah.
there.
I totally agree.
let's see.
I totally agree. You know, it's funny because you say play, and whenever I have beginning students
let's
coming in,
see.
I always say, the more you can play with it, actually, the more accurate you're going to be.
All right.
Yes.
So what I
Because
have
you keep
here,
your ego out of it when you're
we have
playing.
the
Right?
Five
It
of
just
Swords
automatically
reversed,
happens that way.
the
So,
Three of
if
Wands, and the Sun in
if
reverse.
there's no
So
holds
with
barred
my,
and
Three
I
of
can
Wands in
do
the
and
center,
say what I
this is
want to do and say
definitely
because I'm
talking
playing,
about,
Yep.
more times
you
than
kind of
not,
stepping
you're
out of your
accurate. So I
comfort
just
zone.
love that.
There's
I
more
love,
that you
love,
want to
love
do.
that.
There's
Now, I used
more
to
that you
carry
want to
cards with me
promote
as well,
about
but now I
yourself,
just,
and you're kind of just standing on
my
the shore
business right
waiting
now is more
for
just straight
the
mediumship, talking to
Heaven
loved
got
ones.
ready to
I
open and say,
don't
yes,
I don't
do
need
the
to carry
thing.
anything with me.
you know,
So business
with
cards.
the Five of Swords on the left and the Sun on the right. I always have
So-
those. So like there's a lot of
So
perfectionism
I
in you and the
understand
way that you want things to work out, or how
there's
you
a
want
lot to learn.
put yourself out there, or how
If
you
you're
want
going to
to
learn
move into the
the
next realm. And it
traditional
kind of
meaning of the tarot
paralyzes
cards,
you
there's a
from
lot to learn.
taking action. Definitely.
You
You
know,
know,
and
so
I
this is
do
saying that you don't
know
have to be
that
stuck, and you're not
some,
supposed to
like
be stuck.
myself,
You have
because I
lots of
read it
energy
mostly
that is ready to
intuitively, I don't
manifest
bother
into
with
something
upside down
brand
cards.
new,
Do you use
whether it
upside
be
down
the
cards?
job you were doing or something. I think it's something different.
Every now and
honestly.
again.
Something different.
Some decks I have that
But
are
you have to
that's a
kind of
way
get
are
out
right
of your
side up,
own
and I'll
way
just do the
and
right side up.
turn the sun.
Sometimes
the
they're
right
mixed
side,
up, and I'll use them
know.
that way.
So don't
Um,
always say when I get this
but
card is
reversals
it doesn't have to be
for
perfect to me
right.
are usually
Sometimes
about
it's just taking one
things that are
step
happening
and saying,
internally
I did that
versus
step, and it
externally.
will fuel
So I don't
you
look at it as like
to
the
continue
negative
your
of the
path.
card.
Okay.
So when I
right.
see it, it's just like,
Perfect.
oh,
Thank you so
there's some
much.
things
It
that
was so
internally
spot
need to
on
work
for
out
me.
before
Thank
they
you
can
so
turn
much.
themselves inside out.
You are so welcome.
Mine
so
is
welcome.
like
And good
I
luck.
they love give that, you an Roberta.
Yeah.
opportunity to
Yeah.
correct your
Welcome,
course. Sweetheart.
I like that.
You know, like a course correct.
My
Like,
question
Yeah.
is,
just like you though, we need to step back
when are you
and
gonna
look at
start
this within ourselves.
readings for other people?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
love that.
Very much
Yeah.
So, because whenever anybody sees this upside down card, they're going, yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It all freaked out. You need to start taking classes
definitely.
with this lady she offered.
Do you
So
offer
what
classes?
would you tell a newbie reader? What would you tell the beginning reader?
Seriously, I've touched on it a little bit, and I've done some classes at the
Get
Bousson
3
Room,
books
but I'm looking to branch
and stick
out
to those
more,
3 books. Look and get all you can from those 3 books.
Very cool.
And then
So it's
once
definitely
you feel
on
like you've got
my
things
list of
down
things.
pat,
Put the books
Goosebumps.
aside and then look at them together.
Yeah.
You
Goosebumps.
kind of programmed
There you go,
yourself with
girlfriend.
what the cards
Thank
need.
you.
Great.
Thank you.
You studied it.
Thank
You
you.
know it. Now put it
That's
aside.
great.
Now
That is
play.
great.
It's kind of like
Roberta
learn all the rules
was one of my
to figure out
students
how to
for a
break
little
them.
while doing intuitive work. So
You
I
know?
know that I get it. I love that. She's on target. I love that.
And then
When I
trust
was
yourself.
so tell me,
Yeah,
what
when
is
I was
your
first
ultimate
teaching
goal
myself,
as a
I would
reader or
lay
a
out 3
divination
cards and then lay out
diva,
5
as I've heard
cards.
you call it, and tell myself a story about the cards.
yes, my ultimate goal
Yes,
is
like it's
to
just a
definitely
story
touch as
instead
many
of
people as I possibly can.
So
to
that
help
helped
them
me. But what
to
you're saying,
navigate
that
their
would have been a
best
good idea because
lives.
I
We get
just
so
use
stuck
like
and we
stuff that
get
I found
so,
online.
this is all that I
Honestly,
have.
like
This is, based on
I guess
generations.
cheat
This is what my
sheets. I
mom
guess
did.
you
This
call
is what I
them.
have to do. And
Yeah,
but I
so
wanna
pretty much the
be
same
able
thing.
to
So that's really a
share
good
this
idea.
gift
And
with
then
people to say that
then
that's not all
by
you
that
are.
time you're pretty
You
much
have so
aware of
many
what the
other
cards
things
mean, at
going
least a good
on.
gist of
And if
it.
I can help
And
you
then use
to
your own intuition
crush
to
through
follow
these
through.
blocks,
I
as my best
love
friend
that.
says, kick
And
fear in
part
the
of how I
balls
read as well,
and
just
just
being a BFF,
really
I use
go
a lot
straight
of
ahead
metaphors.
after what
So
you
because I've
want.
been reading for so long, it's like I have
The
a
sky,
metaphor in
there's
some
no
way
limit,
for
and
each
the
of the
world is
cards.
yours.
Like for example, the
But I
Two
want
of
to
Swords.
travel.
For me,
I
this
want
is
to
always
teach. I want to play. I want to
pretend
meet new
like
people. And
you're
just
telling
spread this
me
word of,
my story, or
I
vice
can help
versa.
you.
But
Let's
it's like
help
take
each
yourself
other,
out of it. Be
and
objective
let's
in
live the
making a
best life.
decision.
We only got one.
If I was sitting here telling you that this guy was treating me like crap, and you're trying to figure out if you should leave,
I teach
how would you
reincarnation.
answer that? So it's like pulling yourself out of it and kind of like, oh,
So everybody,
okay,
if
I
you
get
would
it now.
also like a
know?
reading
Right.
with
So
me, you
make
have
it
to raise your
relatable.
hand.
Right.
We
Isn't
only
it
have a few
also
minutes left,
that
so I want to make sure that
if
she's
we're
getting as
pulling
many
cards
readings
for
as
ourselves,
possible. So raise your hand.
isn't it
Down
more
below,
like,
you'll
not
see the
always, but
little
isn't
raise
it
your
more
hand sign.
likely that our emotions will
while we're
color
waiting
the
for
cards, of course,
other
and
people to
our
raise their hand,
interpretation?
Can you
Very
give
true.
us a
Yes,
quick
definitely.
synopsis of
I've
how
had so
people
many
can
people
get
sit
in touch
across
with
from me, and
you?
I'm like, okay,
Sure.
this is clearly my life.
My
Like you've been brought to
website
sit
is
in front of me for a reason because there's something that I'm missing.
But email
Definitely.
is
And as you said,
I am all
it
over
relates, so
I'm
if
on
you pull
Facebook
yourself
as Red Light
back,
Readings, and I think it's Get Red
then maybe you
Light.
can look at things more clearly.
I am
Exactly.
on Instagram
Exactly.
at Red Light
So
Readings.
let's
I'm on Twitter.
promote Roberta to
at Red Light
panelist.
Reading.
Okay.
No S. They were such haters.
Hi, Roberta.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I think those
I'm
are the
doing
biggest
good. I'm
social
going to
media
apologize. My
sites that I'm
grandson's in the
on.
background, so you might hear
But
some yelling.
definitely getting in contact with me. I have a about
I
me
love
page
kids.
and
It's
get in
cool.
contact with me on
Awesome.
my website.
I have to say,
But
as
you can
soon
send an email
I
straight from
tuned
there if
in,
you choose.
boy, I feel this
Very good.
energy. You just have
So do you have
an
anything
incredible
upcoming that
energy.
you'd like
I'm
to
just
share with us?
buzzing. It's
Classes or
beautiful.
productions or anything like that?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I love her too.
Coming
It's so
to the end
cool.
of 2018,
Oh,
the close
yeah.
of 2018.
So do you have a
Last
question
year,
for
I
V?
test drove a
Yeah, I
reading
do.
called
My
Clockwork
question is
Tea.
that, I've
So it's a
been on this
whole
career
tea party,
path, and then
okay?
about 16 months ago, I
It's
hit
about
a
60 to 75 minutes.
health issue that made
and
me
it's really
quit
just me running my
working. So
mouth
I've been
and people
stuck,
taking notes.
and
But
I'm
it's
teetering
really a
between being
predictive look at
okay
your
with being
entire
stuck
year.
and just trying to
So
find
I
my
go
place
over your
here
birth
and
cards.
feeling
I
like
go
I need to
over
be
your
doing
personal
something
year
else. So
cards.
I'm just hoping you
I
can
go through
provide some
each
guidance
month
there.
and give a card
Okay,
about
let's
what
see.
to expect, and then a piece of advice for each month. And then I also give a quarterly prediction
All right,
using
let's see.
Lenormand with that to say, within these first, couple months, you can look at this. And
All
this is
right.
what may
So
happen
what
in
I
the
have
next couple
here,
of
we
months.
have reversed.
And
We
like I
have
said,
the
it's
Five
a
of
whole
Swords
big thing,
reversed,
but I've had
the Three
my
of
BFFs that did
Wands,
it
and the
beginning of
Sun in
2018.
reverse.
They would
So
just keep
with
in touch
my
with me,
Three of Wands in the center,
throughout the year.
this is
and say,
definitely
oh
talking
my gosh,
about
what you said for September and October
you kind of
was
stepping out of your
exactly. I was able to
comfort
plan
zone.
for it.
There's
I was
more
able
that
to
you want to
know what was
do.
coming.
There's more that you
And
want to
this happened
promote
because of
about
that.
yourself. And you're kind of just
So
standing on the
that reading is
shore
coming up.
waiting
I'm getting all my
for
promotions and
the
things together for it.
heavens almighty to open and say, yes, do the
It
thing.
is,
With
I
the
don't know if we
Five
wanna
of
go into
Swords
price,
on the
but it's
left and
fine.
the Sun on the right, I also feel like there's a lot of perfectionism in you and the way that you want things to work out, or how you want to put yourself out there, or how you want to move into the next realm, and it kind of paralyzes you from taking action. you know? So this is saying that you don't
it's a
have
great
to be
time.
stuck and you're
And
not
we
supposed
laugh
to be
and we
stuck. You have lots of
I
energy
love
that is ready to manifest
No, I
into
used
something
to do
brand
that,
new,
like,
whether it
a
be the
million
job you
moons
were doing or
ago,
something.
but it
I think
was
it's something
nowhere in
different,
depth like
honestly,
yours was,
something
that's for
different.
sure. No.
But you have to kind of get out
And
of
I
your own
certainly
way
wouldn't
and
spend
turn the sun up
75 minutes
the
from
right
here.
side,
Maybe an
you
hour,
know?
yeah.
So
But
don't
that's
always say
oh
when I
my
get this
gosh.
card is,
No way.
you know, it doesn't have to be perfect to be right.
Sure.
How much
Sometimes
I
it's just taking
you
one
know,
step and
but,
saying, I did that step, and then it will
it's a
fuel
great
you
time. And
to
it
continue your
gives people,
path.
like I said, just
Okay.
checkpoints.
Perfect.
to kind of
Thank you
watch
so
out
much. That
for
was
and how
so
to handle
spot on for
things.
me. Thank you
So,
so much.
I
oh,
love that.
you are so
Do
welcome. So
people
welcome.
contact
And
you
good luck.
directly
I love
to book
that,
appointments?
Roberta.
Thank you. Yes.
Whether
Welcome.
it's
You, sweetheart.
the phone or at the Boston
My
Tea Room
question
or wherever you are,
is,
do they just contact you?
when are you going to start
Well,
doing readings for other
Boston Tea Room
people?
and I are kind of separate. Okay. So if you're coming to see me, if you're local and you want to see me in person and I don't have anything private,
Yeah.
definitely come to the Boston Tea
Yeah.
Room. But for
You
my
need
own
to start
personal
taking
brand,
classes
RedLight
with this
Readings,
lady if she offered. Do you
can
offer
email
classes?
me. You can go to my I website. am You in catch the me on in the new Instagram. year, You can DM seriously. me, you know,
I've
message
touched
me
on
on
it a little
Facebook.
bit,
And I've done some classes at the Boston Tea Room, but I'm looking to branch out more
what you may be
virtually
looking
so I
for,
can
how I
tap
can
more
help
people
you,
that are
how we can
interested.
Very
set
cool.
something up.
So it's definitely on
Ruthie
my
has
list
her
of things.
hand up.
So get yourself
Goosebumps.
together, Roberta. Get
Ah,
yourself together.
yeah.
Goosebumps.
Okay, Ruthie, I've
There
Okay.
you
got
go,
you 9.
girlfriend.
Thank you.
Take
Thank
care.
Hi,
you.
Ruthie.
Thank you.
Hi, Ruthie.
That's great.
Hi, do
That
you have a
is
question
great.
for V?
Roberta was one of my students for a little while doing
What
intuitive
does that
work,
mean
so
in
I
my
know
love
that
life?
Nice.
she's on
She,
target. Yeah.
yeah.
So tell me, what is your ultimate goal as a reader or a divination diva, as I've heard you call it?
My ultimate goal is to, number one, touch as many people as I possibly can, to help them
So I
to
have the
navigate
Eight of
their
Wands.
best
I
lives.
have the Two
We
of
get so
Swords
stuck and we
and
get
the King of
so,
Wands.
this
The
is
Eight of
all that
Wands
I
in reverse
have.
and
And
the
this
King of
is,
Wands
you know,
in
based on
reverse.
generations, this is what my mom
So
did,
my
this is
first
what I
question
have
is,
to
do you
do.
ask questions,
But
are
I
you
want to
currently in a
be able to
relationship?
share this gift with people to
No.
say that that's not all
Okay.
you are.
So
You have so
with
many
this
other
Two of
things
Swords
going
sitting here in the
on.
center, my
And if I
question,
can
do you
help
want
you
to be
to
in a
crush
relationship?
through these blocks, as my best friend says, kick fear
Okay.
in the balls, and
Because
just
sometimes we
really
have this
go
idea of
straight
this is
ahead
what I
after
want,
what it is
but
that you
then
want,
putting all the pieces together logically, it's like
the sky
wait a
and
second,
there's
this,
no
do I
limit,
really
and
want
the
to do
world
this?
is
Do I really want to
yours.
incorporate?
But I want to
I don't
travel.
know,
I want
you
to
know.
teach. I want to
So with the
play. I
Eight
want
of
to meet new
Wands in
people.
reverse and then
You
the
know,
King of Wands in
and
reverse,
just
this
spread
is
this
telling me
word
that
of,
your
you know,
energy
I can
is
help
turned
you.
down
Let's help
when
each
it
other,
comes to
and let's live the
relationship
best life. We only got
and
one.
finding relationship. It says that you're vibrant.
Maybe
Like you
not.
have a lot of ideas, a lot of energy, a lot of
I teach reincarnation.
you know. But the movement, it's stagnant. It's really not going
So
anywhere.
everybody,
You might
if
be
you would
out
also
here,
like a
but you
reading with V,
blasting
you've
it
got
and
to
putting it
raise
out
your
there,
hand.
which is why
We
I asked.
only have a few
We
minutes
say we
left,
want it,
so I want to make
but
sure
are we
that
putting
she's getting
ourselves
as
out there
many
to get it?
readings as possible. So raise your hand.
Yes.
If you leave down below, you'll see the little raise your
You
hand
know,
sign.
so the love life could
So
be exactly what
while
you
we're
want it to
waiting
be.
for
It's
other
just
people to
starting
raise
with
their
you
hand,
putting your best foot
can
forward and
you
saying,
give us a
okay,
quick
this is what I'm
synopsis
going to do.
of
This is
how
what I'm
people
looking
can
for.
get
I'm
in
going to
touch
turn
with
my
you?
light bulb all
Sure.
the way up and I'm going to
My
shine.
website is
Whatever moths in some ways are
redlightreadings.com.
attracted to that, then I get
My
to choose
email
if I want to
is
keep it going.
I love that.
redlightreadings@gmail.com.
So
I am all over the
Ruthie,
net.
you gotta be
I'm
the
on
moth to the
Facebook
flame.
as Red Light Readings, and I think it's
All
Get Red
right.
Light.
you're the flame.
I am on
Whatever.
Instagram
So turn on the
Red
light.
Light Readings.
Turn
I'm
on
on
your light
Twitter
so all the moths can
um,
come.
at
There you
Red
go,
Light
girlfriend.
Reading, no S.
Ruthie,
They were
thanks a
such
lot,
haters.
Ruthie.
Um,
Take care. All right, V. So can you tell everybody once
and
again
I think
how
those
they
are
can get in
the
touch
biggest
with
social
you?
media sites that I'm
Sure.
on. But
Visit my
definitely
website
getting in
at
contact with me. I have a About Me page, and
redlightreadings.com.
get in contact with
You
me
can
on my
email me
website.
at
But you can send an email straight from there if you choose.
I'm on
Very
Instagram
good.
as at RedLight
So
Readings.
do you have
On
anything
Twitter
upcoming that you'd like to
Readings.
share with us?
I'm
Classes or
I'm on Facebook.
productions
RedLight
or
Readings is my
anything like
Facebook
that?
page.
Yes, it is
November next week
coming
is
to the end of
my
2018, the close of
my
2018.
name on Instagram.
Last
I'm
year,
sorry,
I
on
test
Facebook.
drove a reading
So
called Clockwork
by
Tea.
all
And I
means,
say it's a
see me,
whole
come
tea
check me
party,
out.
okay?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my
It's
gosh.
about
You are
60 to
so much
75
fun.
minutes,
And as
and it's really
always,
just me
we
running
can't
my
wait
mouth
to
and
see
people
you
taking notes. but it's really a predictive look at your entire year. So I go over your birth cards, I go over your personal year cards. I go through each month and give a card about, you know, what to expect. and then a piece of advice for each month. And then I also give a quarterly predictions using Lenormand with that to say, you know, within these first, you know, couple of months, you can look at this, and this is what may happen the next couple of months. And like I said, it's a whole big thing, but I've had my BFFs that did it at the beginning of 2018, they would just keep in touch with me, you know, throughout the year and say, oh my gosh, what you said for September and October was exactly, I was able to plan for it. I was able to know what was coming, and this happened because of that. So that reading is coming up. I'm getting all my promotions and things together for it. It is, I don't know if we want to go into price, but it's fine. It's $120, and it's
60 to 75-minute reading.
I know.
That's a good deal.
It's a good deal.
Really good deal.
And so only half of it is due at the time that you book your reading. So yeah,
That's great.
It's a great time, and we laugh and
Really
we
good. That's really good. I love that. You know, I used to do that like a million moons ago, but it was nowhere in depth like yours was. That's for sure. No. And I certainly wouldn't spend 75 minutes for, oh my gosh, no. Maybe an hour, yeah. But not 70. Oh my gosh. No way.
It can last that long depending, you know, depending on how much I'm doing this, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great time, and it gives people, like I said, just checkpoints to kind of watch out for and how to handle things.
So do people contact you directly to book appointments with you, whether it's through the phone or at the Bousson Tea Room or wherever you are? Do they just contact you?
Well, Bousson Tea Room and I are kind of separate. Okay. So if you're coming to see me, if you're local and you want to see me in person and I don't have anything private, definitely come to the Bousson Tea Room. But for my own personal clients for Red Light Readings, you can email me, you can go to my website. If you catch me on Instagram, you can DM me, you know, message me on Facebook. And I'm open to set appointments and, you know, talk about what you may be looking for, how I can help you, how we can set something up.
Ruthie has her hand up.
Okay.
Okay, Ruthie, I've got you coming on. There you go.
Hello.
Hi, Ruthie.
Hi, Ruthie.
Hi. Do you have a question for V?
What's happening in my love life?
Ooh. See, I love the juicy readings. Yes. Let's see. What's happening in Ruthie's love life? All right. All righty. All righty. So I have the Eight of Wands, I have the Two of Swords, and the King of Wands. I'm sorry, the Eight of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. All right. So my first question to you is not to ask questions. Are you currently in a relationship?
No.
Okay. So with this Two of Swords sitting here in the center, my question is, do you want to be in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Because sometimes we can have this idea of, yes, this is what I want, but then putting all the pieces together logically, it's like, oh, but then I'd have to change this, and do I really want to do this, and do I really want to incorporate, and I don't know, you know? So with the Eight of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse, this is telling me that your energy is turned down when it comes to relationship and finding relationship. It says that you're vibrant, like you have a lot of idea, you have a lot of energy, a lot of, you know, sex appeal with that, you know, but the movement, it's stagnant. It's really not going anywhere. So it's like you might be housing it, but you're not really blasting it and putting it out there, which is why I'm asking, like, we say we want it, but are we going to put ourselves out there to get it?
That's the question.
Question. You know, so the love life can be exactly what you want it to be, but it has to start with you putting your best foot forward and saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do because this is what I'm looking for. I'm going to turn my light bulb all the way up and I'm going to shine. And whatever moths in some ways are attracted to that, then I get to choose if I want to keep it or not.
I love that.
So
I love that. Ruthie, you got to be the moth to the flame. Or the flame.
Flame.
Whatever.
You're the flame.
Whatever. Yeah. So turn on the light. Turn on your light so all the moths can come. There you go, girlfriend.
Will do. Thank
Ruthie,
you.
thanks a lot for coming on.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, V. So can you tell everybody once again how they can get in touch with you?
Sure. Visit my website at redlightreadings.com. You can email me at redlightreadings@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram as @redlightreadings, on Twitter @redlightreading, no S. I'm on Facebook. Red Light Readings is my business page. And then Vivon Schweetz is also my my name on Instagram. I'm sorry, on Facebook. So
Very good.
By all means, come see me, come check me out.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You are so much fun. And as always, it's great to see you. And I definitely want to get you back on, or I need to have a reading with
Yes.
those charms, because that sounds really cool to me. Just something different I would love to see.
It would be so awesome, and I'll be honored.
I would love it. How fun is that? So everybody, you've seen her expertise. You've heard how great she is, and just personally, you know, great personality, as well as charm and wit and expertise.
Thank you.
So,
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on, my dear. Take care.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Bye-bye, baby.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That was Red Light Readings with V. She is your BFF Tarot. Woohoo! She's amazing. She's amazing. You know, I love bringing guests on the show who, again, there's no ego. Their intent is all for the highest good of their client and to serve others. That's like, what better thing can you get than that, right? Now, my upcoming events were on hiatus now. I don't have anything available publicly, events like big galleries and things like that, or classes, until February. So I did just put out a newsletter as well as a Facebook post about all the upcoming events with links and all that kind of stuff on there. So I do have quite a bit of my 2019 calendar up and on my website already. Just go to mediumlisa.com or lisabousson.com. That's Lisa, Bousson.com. You can reach me at lisabousson.com or lisa@lisabousson.com. Yes. So I'm still doing readings up until like through the 15th of December. I don't think that I have much more than maybe a couple little half hours available until maybe mid-January. So get it in as soon as possible if you'd like to contact me, and we'll get that together. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did. Until next week, my little chickadees, may you seek the divine, be the divine, and you'll reap the divine. God bless. Mwah.